to Legends of Change on NBC One. This is the show that brings you gripping and motivating stories about people that remain role models even during this time of the pandemic. Speaking of COVID-19, we hope that you're staying safe and masking up. I'm Matthew Maps Kapofi. Stay tuned. In tonight's episode, we're going to meet a young lady who decided to compete in a certain industry with the big boys at the age of 22. Imagine that, 22. Let me not give away too much. Let's meet Julia. Entering any medical profession can become a truly costly exercise for those wanting to ultimately plow back into their communities. Becoming a general medical doctor or even a specialist requires deep pockets, not only for the studies as such, but also for medical attire.
So I'm Velamin Kamati, final year medical student. Or let's say I'm done now, I just finished my exams. Honestly, being a medical student, it doesn't come with scrubs, the uniform that you wear at the hospital. So I remember when we started going to the hospital in third year, we had to go to a certain company to get the scrubs tailored, and you need to buy the material and also you need to pay. So that was quite expensive. And then when the scrubs came back, they were still very big. Until last year, I found out about Lago last year when I really found scrubs that are perfectly matching. So, and everyone around campus was also wearing them, and they're very, they look very good and they're very affordable for us students.
My name is Rauna Elungi. I'm a sixth-year medical student here. In medical school, the first thing that you want to get are the scrub sets. And I remember in our junior years, you'd always admire the seniors wearing scrub sets, but we really didn't know where they were coming from until I got my first scrub sets in third year, and I got them from, I'm not going to mention the name. And that was the first time I actually found out the actual price of the scrub sets. They were almost beyond 500. I was so shook. And later on, in the late fourth year, going into fifth year, that's when we discovered Lago Medical Supplies. And we were actually so happy to at least have someone around us that is selling these products. Not only scrub sets, the lab coats like the one I'm wearing, the patella hammers, any necessary equipments that you'd need as a medical student. And you'd even carry them through as a doctor. And they were so, until now, they're so affordable and they're of great quality. And honestly, that's what we needed, to be honest, and she came to our rescue and we are grateful for that.
Looking at these costs, fifth-year medical student Julia Nambinga saw the need to change the game in Namibia with the establishment of Lago Medical Supplies.
My name is Julia Nambinga. I'm currently 22 years old. Born and bred from the northern parts of the country, particularly on Gwediva. So I initially started my primary school at Charles Anderson Primary School. That was from grade 1 to grade 7. Thereafter, I moved to Oshigambo High School from grade 8 to grade 12, where I completed. And then I was admitted at the UNAM School of Medicine, where I'm studying towards a Bachelor in Medicine and Surgery. And I currently just completed my 5th year. Lago Medical Supplies was birthed in 2018. So 2018, I was in my 3rd year, and that's also the time where we are introduced to the clinical aspect of the course. That means you start going to the hospitals more. And with that said, that means you're usually in need of scrubs, of coats, of this little equipment that medical students usually need. So I saw a niche at that time because we were struggling. There was a bit of a problem with acquiring these items because where we usually used to source them, it was far, number one, and number two, because it wasn't very affordable for a student. And I wanted to create a system that was, number one, affordable for students, because initially my target market was just students, and also something that's easily accessible. People can just make a few calls and at your doorstep, there it is.
There is a saying that goes, if something is really important to you, you will always make and find time for it. Even though Julia is in a very busy field, Her desire to provide her fellow health professionals with good quality medical attire at an affordable price keeps pushing her to do more. She continues to grow the company. Annalie Ipangelwa has also become part of the team.
My name is Annalie Pangelwa. I'm a 21-year-old third-year medical student at the moment. I joined Lago Medical Supplies in 2020, just at the beginning of the pandemic, and I joined almost by accident. So I was facilitating my class's order with Julia. We were ordering clinical coats for us to start working in the local clinics in Windhoek. And at the time we were faced with a lot of challenges because it was the onset of the pandemic. So there was a lot of delays, and we really built a good relationship based on just communicating back and forth and reassuring each other. And thereafter, once we finalized the order for my class, she took me on as her personal assistant. So for about 6 months I worked just doing errands, helping her with logistical things, and carrying out a lot of the banking and so forth. And then thereafter I was promoted to managing director. So at the moment I work in that capacity, and Julia and I basically run the business together. For example, this year while she was in the north, I was running the Windhoek branch on this side, and I also work on social media for advertising, ordering, figuring out what is our most popular content, what is our most popular stock items, and just, interacting with clients on a personal level to get to know them better and also understand our clientele. So I think my job is pretty spherical. I do everything basically, yeah.
I saw the need and I saw the niche in and around my colleagues, and then that's when I started researching the market, started trying to source for funds. However, unfortunately, when I decided to put it into practice, I didn't have funds. So all I had an idea and then the faith from my colleagues, and yeah, they decided to trust me with their money at that time because I wasn't able to buy the things on my own. They decided to trust me with their money, and then I managed to place my first ever order for my class before we were placed for the electives. For the COPEs. So when they went for COPEs, they were wearing items that were purchased from me. Because when you go for your COPEs in third year, you are placed in different hospitals around the country. So by word of mouth, that's how the clientele started to grow. More and more people from different district hospitals started calling and asking and wanting to know exactly how to acquire.
Our main goal was to try to provide ease and give the students here an opportunity to have something that they can rely on that makes things a little bit easier. So it's so satisfying to be able to, help the second years and the third years buy their first clinical coats, their first stethoscopes, their first set of scrubs, and to be part of, what will be the future of Namibian healthcare. So it's so important to us to provide that to them and also be part of this experience. And it's also so fulfilling once we are in the hospitals to see everyone walking around in Lago Medical Supplies, and it's just something that I cannot even put into words how important it is to us and to the students as well as the healthcare practitioners of Namibia.
So what inspires me to wake up every day, number one, is because I can see my final goal of becoming a doctor very close. So the closer I get, the more I'm inspired to wake up every day. And number two, the growth of my business. Every day we grow, every day we expand. It pushes me and it inspires me to wake up every morning because there's something to look forward to.
The demand for Lago Medical Supplies keeps growing, making it the new go-to place for scrubs.
Hello, it's Phineas. I ordered slide-ins and scrubs earlier. I'm just here to pick them up. I'm already in the hostel. Where should I come? Which room should I come to?
Afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm good, and how are you?
Good morning.
I'm Phineas Padi, a fifth-year medical student at UNAM. How I came across Julia and the whole Lago Medical Supplies business, my friends and I were stressing about finding affordable medical wear for our clinical practicals at the hospital when we were in third year. So I found an Instagram page and I followed them, and that's how I came across Lago Medical Supplies. Today I ordered a pair of scrubs as well as slide-ins. The scrubs are very important in our clinical years because we need to wear comfortable clothing because we stay at the hospital for long hours. And also the slide-ins are very comfortable as well when we have to go to theater. We have to stand for long hours and you just want something comfortable.
So we definitely would love to grow one day. We have hopes and dreams of one day having a walk-in store, a factory where people can come in and pick out items. We have hopes of one day we want to create our own website where which can even make it even more easier for people to access these items, for people to purchase these items. We have hopes of growing and expanding to the outside of the countries and to go abroad, and yeah. So the people's responses have been overwhelmingly exciting, if so to say. The responses have been great. I'm always so overwhelmed by the positive responses I get because people are usually very supportive. So definitely once I've attained my degree, I would want to expand into different career paths in the field of medicine, and then also focus more on the entrepreneurship side of things, hopefully expand my business, like I said, open a store, grow the clientele out and abroad, and definitely yes. Yes, good afternoon, ma'am. How are you? I'm calling from Lago Medical Supplies, and I was just informing you that we'll be delivering your parcel with 2-point delivery, and it should be delivered to you in exactly 30 minutes. Yes. All right, thank you. Do have a good day. Bye.
Hey,
Good, thank you.
sounds great.
Yes, so you will be delivering this in Pioneers Park, ne?
Okay.
Yes, the client is well aware,
Mm-hmm.
and she is also the one who's going to pay for the parcel that side.
So she's the one to pay for the bath.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Julia, we here at Legends of Change, from the bottom of our hearts, encourage you to keep up the good work and keep employing and encouraging young people around you. We wish you all the best. If you know of any other Legends of Change in your community, please feel free to contact us on our Facebook page, Legends of Change. And during this time of the COVID-19 pandemic, we say don't give to gain, but give to inspire others to give. Until next week, stay safe and mask up. This week, we are grateful to Petwa Foundation, courtesy of Charitree and Wu Tao Trading for sponsoring medical outreach and cleaning detergents, as well as food packages to over 60 people in Orombo West during the Easter long weekend. Well done to Petwa Foundation, courtesy of Charitree and Wu Tao Trading. We say continue the good work in the spirit of giving. If you would like to contribute or share similar stories of giving, please call or email our producer Helena on 0811 486 444 or email hamunyela@nbc.na.